Welcome to our channel today. We'll discuss an impactful and essential topic, the epidemic of loneliness. We may not talk about it often, but its effects are significant, impacting our mental and physical health in ways that shouldn't be underestimated. What is this epidemic of loneliness and why is it called that? Recently, psychologists and sociologists have identified a growing sense of isolation that feels like a new kind of epidemic. Even though loneliness isn't a virus, it spreads among people like an infection. Despite living in a time of numerous ways to communicate, many feel disconnected from true connection. Why has loneliness become an epidemic? The main factor is social media, which instead of connecting us, often increases feelings of isolation. We interact with pictures and videos rather than forming real relationships. Imagine being in a room full of friends, but everyone is absorbed in their phones. This creates a surface-level connection that often leaves a deeper emotional void. How does loneliness affect our mental and physical health? Studies indicate that people suffering from loneliness are more prone to depression, anxiety, and even physical health issues like high blood pressure and sleep disorders. The human brain is wired for social connection, and when this is lacking, it triggers stress that can lead to memory decline and weakened concentration. So, how can we overcome loneliness? Start by building real connections. Try to spend face-to-face time with friends or family, even in simple gatherings. Engage in social activities, such as joining clubs or groups in your areas of interest. Also, care for your mental health through meditation, exercise, and reducing mental stress. Lastly, balance digital life with real-life interactions by reducing social media use in favor of face-to-face communication whenever possible. Why has loneliness become such a widespread problem? One key reason is the influence of social media, which, while connecting us virtually, often leaves us feeling more isolated than ever. On social media, we see only the curated parts of people's lives, the photos, achievements, or moments chosen to be shared. As we scroll through, we interact with these highlights rather than with the people themselves. Imagine sitting in a room full of friends, yet each of them is focused on their phone. You might be surrounded by people, but that feeling of loneliness remains, sometimes even intensifying. This is what social media does. It satisfies our need for connection on the surface, but often leaves an emotional void. Research has shown that excessive use of social media is linked to increased feelings of loneliness and social disconnection. Social media can create a sense of belonging, but without the depth and warmth that comes from face-to-face connections. Over time, this type of superficial interaction can erode our sense of emotional security, even leading to mental health issues. How does loneliness affect our mental and physical health? While loneliness may seem like just an emotion, it actually affects us on a deeper level. Studies indicate that those suffering from loneliness are at a greater risk of mental health issues, such as depression and anxiety. This feeling can weigh so heavily on a person that they may lose confidence, become more withdrawn, and further isolate themselves from others, creating a vicious cycle that's hard to escape. The impact of loneliness is not only psychological but also physical. Research shows that loneliness can affect our health in surprising ways. Those who experience chronic loneliness have an increased risk of high blood pressure, weakened immune systems, and even sleep disturbances. The human brain is designed for social interaction, and when it lacks that connection, it sends signals that trigger ongoing stress. Over time, this stress can lead to memory problems, difficulty concentrating, and, in some cases, a decline in overall cognitive function. Loneliness is a challenge we can all address by taking steps toward meaningful connections. Life is full of people who could become part of our story if we take that first step to connect. Don't let loneliness control you. Seek out ways to bond with those around you. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and share your thoughts and experiences with loneliness in the comments. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.